What's going on, Bulls Nation? Peck here with the crew. CHGO Bulls postgame. Coming up next, live, breaking down the Bulls NBA Cup win. We got one over the Atlanta Hawks, 136-122. Balanced scoring again against this same opponent that the Bulls beat 2 weeks ago. Zach LaVine leading the way. Coming up next, live. Oh my God, watch out, Bulls Nation. What's going on, y'all? Welcome into CHGO Bulls postgame, presented by our friends at Sunnyside Cannabis Dispensary. Coming to you live from our studios here in West Loop, downtown Chicago. I'm Peck, Bulls_Peck. That's Big Dave. Bow! BWL Sports, he just drank a C4.
Starting already.
Man in the middle, Uncle Will Perdue, Will_Perdue 32.
He's
and
tall.
Queen on the controls, the one and only Katie Duffy, hanging out with us. Bulls start the weekend with a W, their first win of the Emirates NBA Cup, 136-122. And a lot of similar trends that we discussed in pregame, revisiting their win over the Hawks a couple weeks ago, gentlemen. Mm-hmm. I mean, the Bulls do win. Did you want to?
Well, I can't because, you know.
she's multitasking.
So, but yeah, you didn't see her face when she discovered it. When she discovered it, that was just the best. That was the best. Come on and give it to him again.
Bulls win.
Give it to him for the face you just made.
Bulls win.
Give it to the fans because they are here with us.
Bulls win.
And drop the bomb on them, Katie.
Bulls win.
She looked like an adorable baby that was walking and said, "Oh no, I'm going the wrong way," and turned around and came back. That was the best. That was the best.
So, gentlemen, seven Bulls in double figures, 1 point shy from Matas Buzelis away from being 8 Bulls in double figures. Zach LaVine, as you just said before we started, Purdue, a quiet 26, but his 26 leads. You get 20 each from Kobe and Ayo. Kobe bounces back after a rough start. I think he started like 1 of 6 and 0 of 5 from downtown. Vooch chipped in 18 and 13. Giddey gives you 18, 8 and 6. And the Hawks played no defense. This Bulls team tends to do better against teams that choose to not play defense.
Yeah, it's a weird theme, you know, and I don't know, Will. I'm not an expert or anything like that, but yeah.
Oh, Mr. Obvious.
But that seems to be the case. Yeah. We thought that, you know, they were going to have this kind of game against the Hawks. They usually either play them really close or one of those teams blow each other out. And it seems like with Bogdanovich, you know, kind of rounding back into form and the Bulls hitting all the threes like they like to do when they're cooking like that. 7 players in double figures. Would have been 8. Might have had 9 points. Mm-hmm. So it would have been 8 for them. Like, the Bulls just wouldn't let go. They would not let them get on a run. They wouldn't let the Hawks go on a run. The Hawks threw a ton of alley-oops and things like that. But the Bulls just would come back down and score and hit some crucial three-point shots. Zach's three-point shooting in that fourth quarter, I mean, again, we talked about it last game, man, how just easy he makes the game look sometimes. And that's kind of what I saw again tonight because some of those shots were just incredibly just ridiculous. They were super difficult, but he made them look super-duper easy, man. And when he's cooking like that, Bulls are honestly really hard to stop offensively. Like that, Will?
I do.
Oh.
Listen, when you shoot 57% and 44% from behind the arc, and you shoot more free throws than your opponent, you're definitely the aggressor.
Yes.
See, this is what, at times, makes us really enjoy this team. Because we talked about there's a lot of bright spots, okay? So there's a lot to take away from this game, but the 2 things that I took away from this was the fans out there that think the Bulls got it bad, they got it bad in Atlanta. And they just got a new coach.
They got the number 1 pick and they got it bad.
So something's going on down there, number one. Number two, I love the fact that the Bulls were aggressive. They continually attacked the rim. They worked from inside out. But the biggest thing for me is that this game was not stressful.
Yes.
It was not tight. Even though the guys played some minutes, Kobe 37, Zach 34, Io 38, wasn't mentally draining. I'm really looking forward to tomorrow night's game already. I mean, I'm already looking ahead because they really should not be tired. I know it's the second game of a back-to-back. I know it's, the fourth game or the fourth game and
This will be tomorrow will be fifth game in 7 nights.
5th and 7.
God damn.
And I get it. But as a player, when you come off a game like that, you feel pretty good the next night. I mean, you really want to get back out there and play again.
I mean, I hear you about not being mentally fatigued by this game or emotionally because it is a comfortable win. The Hawks made like a little just half joke of a late push there. But Bulls were basically in the driver's seat most of this game. And that is why, Dave, I wanted to touch on something that you were griping about in that fourth quarter as we talk about whether or not the Bulls will be drained tomorrow on night 2 of a back-to-back.
Shout out C4.
When Billy sent Zach and Vooch back out there at around, I don't know, it was like somewhere between the 7 and 8 minute mark of the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
And you were like, Billy, what the heck are you doing? And I was like, well, Dave, I mean, just to play devil's advocate, the Bulls are only up 18 right now. And, Trey gets hot, Bogdanovich gets hot, who knows? This is plenty of time in today's NBA to cough up this game.
Yeah.
But you didn't like it. You would have preferred that he sit the vets down the stretch.
Well, see, even look at it this way, Matt. You want to bring them back in on the 8-minute mark. Okay. At about what time did you feel like the game was wrapped up and done?
Before they checked in. But, I mean.
I know you. No, because I know you're playing devil's advocate. So I'm saying let's go a little further down. The official time of death.
Probably that last LaVine bucket.
Okay, so about 3 minutes?
Yeah,
left?
somewhere around there.
Okay, they finished the game. They played the entire time. And I don't get Will's about to break it down for me. I see it on him.
No, but I just know that all the Thibodeau haters out there be like, what the hell's he doing? This is the biggest problem with Thibodeau.
Damn, that's how they sound to you.
Billy does it, and they're like,
No,
What's up, C-Red Fred?
Well, let me get on it then, because it didn't make any sense to me at all. I didn't feel like the Bulls were in any danger to lose this game, especially with 8 minutes left to go. It felt like this was their game. And I told you, Matt, I said, well, why don't you bring them back in when it looks like Atlanta maybe might make a run or even have some semblance of looking like they're trying to make a run?
Yeah.
Because you didn't see it at all. And not one bit did it look like Atlanta had at any point in time was going to make a run and come back and get in this game with the Chicago Bulls. So I just didn't understand why he would bring the starters in, but not just bring them in, but leave them in for the entire game knowing you've got a back-to-back tomorrow night. That I didn't get. Maybe it was because he wanted his guys to get their numbers or something like that. I understand some coaches just don't feel comfortable like that. And it did sound funny when he said 18-point lead with 8 minutes, but I understand that his point is valid because this is the NBA, the new NBA. A 20-point lead is a 10-point lead. So I get that. But, again, I didn't see Atlanta put in something that made me fear that they were going to make that run. And then even when you get down to about 4 minutes or 3 minutes, okay, if they can't hold a lead then what are we doing?
Okay.
So it didn't make sense to me.
Also, so shout out to our guy Tim Sinclair, who I saw just join us in the comments. And then also Jordan Sattler in the comments reminding us, and y'all, I'm going to be honest for a second. I knew, because I was talking about it and doing it in pregame prep, the point differential element of the NBA Cup.
Yes.
For who get those wild cards if there are ties. Just reminding us now, hey, they sent Zach and Vooch back out there because point differential matters. So run up the score, just like the Celtics just mercilessly did to the Bulls last season, if y'all recall.
All that's cool.
I'm going to be honest. I forgot that was a thing while we were watching this game because I, as a Bulls fan, I'm like, we're not advancing. So I wasn't thinking about the Bulls getting the positive side of point differential.
Yeah.
And they did, I think, have a 16-point hole to climb out of from that first cup loss to the Cavs.
Sure.
So, point taken. I forgot because I assumed the Bulls aren't advancing. That's on me.
And I'm in the same boat. But even on top of that, were the Bulls not scoring all those points when Zach and Vooch were on the floor or off the floor from primarily the third quarter and the fourth quarter? Like, they were gone, and the Bulls were still elevating and growing that lead because guys like Jaylen Smith were hitting threes, Matas was hitting threes, Kobe and those guys were hitting threes. You want to lead Kobe and fine. It was just when I just saw the entire starting five come in. What is Josh Giddey coming in if we're trying to hit? But that's another story. But, yeah, I get it. Yeah, you bring your guys in because you want that point differential. But the Bulls were cooking them, and they were getting all the shots and all the threes, knowing they got a back-to-back, though. That's what really is like, maybe can he sit down for the last 2 minutes of the game? That's just a thought and a consideration. But, yes, okay. Point differential, let's see how it goes. But I definitely felt like, Matt, that it wasn't going to go down like that. But, hey, there it is.
Nicely done.
Yeah, thank you, Will. That's what I do, man.
Well, I guess we're done here.
Yeah, let's wrap that up.
No, a lot of people in the comments want to talk about. I see a lot of Dalen love. I see a lot of Matas Buzelis love, and like we could touch on those two players specifically. But before that, like it was a little bit of a strange rotation tonight. Billy did say that Matas was probably going to get some more run tonight. Didn't play as much Wednesday just because of the tough matchups that Milwaukee presented. And Billy, true to his word, Matas played 20 off the bench tonight. 20 minutes, one of the most significant games minutes-wise for Matas so far this season. Had a really strong stretch in the second half where I thought he played well, was very engaged on both ends.
Yeah.
Another night where Matas has a couple of blocks on this Bulls team that we talk about playing no defense. A couple of nasty dunks at the rim, absolute facials, love that. And then drained that one corner three ball confidently when the ball swung around to the weak side of the floor.
Very true.
Just looking very engaged in the game.
He did. He looked very engaged. I think also him knowing that he was going to get more minutes on the floor kind of helped him calm down a little bit. Knowing you weren't going to be yanked just because of the first mistake that you make kind of calms you down just a little bit when you're out there playing. Basically 20 minutes, great. 9 points, like you said, the 4 rebounds, the 2 blocks, got a steal. Just showcasing everything that he can kind of do out there on the floor for this team. I've always raved about his help defense. Always thought that was a huge, great part of his game. The three-point shot was the one thing he always wanted. They said that he should work on, and he felt that he should work on because he felt like I'd be the number one pick in the draft if I had a three-point shot. Love that kind of confidence right there. So he played well. The dunking on people. Had the two-hand dunk right there on somebody. I can't remember who it was on. Had a one-hand dunk where it looked like he didn't touch the rim.
He looked like he was about to Patrick Williams.
Yeah, he did.
But it went in.
But it went in. It was a dunk that went in. So, yeah, man, I think, Will, that a young guy knowing that he's going to play no matter what kind of helps how you kind of move in the game and kind of how you see the game because you know you're going to be out there whether you're going to make that bad turnover or not.
It's two different approaches.
Okay.
When you know you're going to get some more minutes and you know a particular player is hurt, which will help you get more minutes, you hear the term, I just let the game come to me, meaning you're not like stepping on the floor already looking over your shoulder going, I probably got about 2.5 to 3 minutes to do something positive here. Mm-hmm. So basically you step on the floor and jam on the gas and you usually make a mistake.
Yeah.
Because, you're just – and it has nothing to do with not knowing how to play, but it just is I want to be on the floor, so in order to stay on the floor, I got to make something positive happen immediately. Mm-hmm. And more times than not, you're tense, you try too hard, you make a mistake, and then to try to make up for that mistake, you compound that mistake, and then next thing you know, you're coming out and you're like, damn, I ain't getting back in. So when you actually know you have some time to create, you can actually get into the flow of the game instead of trying to create a flow.
Exactly. Ooh.
And there's a huge difference between the two.
Yes, it is, because one you're doing on your own, the other one is for the team, and you can feel more involved. Will Perdue is smart.
Smart. Your brain and your mind, too. Mm-hmm. We got to take our first quick break here on CHGO Bulls postgame. When we come back, pew, pew. More breakdown of tonight's Bulls win over the Hawks. More of y'all's comments and thoughts out there hanging out with us on YouTube. If you are hanging out with us, we appreciate you.
Thank you.
Hit that like button. We'll appreciate you even more as we hang out. And, of course, Will the Go Gottlieb will join us later, and it's a Bulls win, so we're going to find out who the goon of the night is at some point. Lots more coming up next. Stick around.
Beer.
Mm-hmm.
They drink it. They chill. as Matt will demonstrate right there. Relaxation. All right there. Why? Because it's a Frosty Cold Coors Light. Because between work, social media, and the choices life throws our way, it's no wonder we're more worked up. Coors Light celebrates rising above and choosing a chill mindset. Why not turn that rained-out barbecue into the will-to-go Gottlieb and Will Perdue 624th annual karaoke house party?
Hey.
Happening at Peck's Place.
Hey.
Oh, God. Or after a tough loss, shout out Will Perdue. Settle scores with the ice cold peace offering. Make the choice to choose chill, then reach for a Frosty Cold Coors Light. It is mountain cold refreshment, because when those mountains turn blue, oh yes, you know just what to do. It's cold lager, cold filter, and cold package for a smoother finish. So when you embrace a chill mindset, it's a good time to choose chill and crack open a Coors Light. That mountain cold refreshment that is crisp and refreshing as the Colorado haze. Make the most out of those times to choose chill. Choose Coors Light. Get delivered straight to your door via Instacart by going to ChGO Basketball. That's CHGO Basketball. Celebrate responsibly. Coors Brewing Company. Go then, Colorado.
So many different ways to get to Colorado, Dave. You know, one of the ways you could get to Colorado from Chicago if you wanted.
Tell me.
Driving there in your brand new Chevy from Ray. With the Black Friday sales event going on all month long at Ray Chevy, you can score doorbuster deals on your next vehicle without the door-busting stress. Head in today to shop their huge selection of new Chevy models with special Black Friday prices. Right now, take $3,250 up to $13,000 off MSRP on most new Chevy models, or shop over 125 of their vehicles priced in under $20,000. Visit our partner this November at their location on Route 12 in Fox Lake or at raychevrolet.com. And if you've heard of Ray Chevrolet, you've also heard us mention that raised price promise. Their guarantee to make your next vehicle more affordable than ever with no price changing, no add-ons, no hidden fees, ever. That means the incredible prices we're talking about now, you can expect to see the very same when you shop Ray Chevy in-store or online. Shop the Black Friday sales event all month long by visiting Ray Chevrolet in Fox Lake or raychevrolet.com. They've been serving the community since 1963. Trey. Pew, pew. Pew, 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 pew. We roll along here, CHGO Bulls postgame on a Friday night, kicking the weekend off with a Bulls NBA Cup victory. Shout out to our boy Clem and his better half, who just joined us in post game, holding it down for French Bulls fans all over the world in Chi-Town. Big Dave, would you like to take this opportunity to talk about Dalen Terry? KM in the comments. Dalen Terry made a sweet pass to Vooch in the post, showing those playmaking skills that made him a lottery pick. He wasn't quite a lottery pick, but close.
Let people eat. Let them have some cake.
Did we take him 16th, 18th?
Yeah, around that.
Not the lottery.
I think it was 18th. It was 18th.
Yeah, 18th.
Yeah.
But another night where Dalen looks like he has found his game and how he can impact games positively given his skill set, Dave.
I mean, I don't even know where to start because I'm just so impressed by the consistency of Dalen Terry right now. I guess I'll start with the scoring because that's getting better and better and better for him. And for a guy that can't shoot to, again, walk away with 12 points again.
2 for 2 tonight downtown.
On his way to that 6,
Let's
baby.
go, Dalen.
On his way to that 6. So, yeah, that's impressive to me. The 4 assists was great because he definitely kept the ball moving, going for the Bulls when they got in fast break. That one play he had where he stole the ball on the baseline and then just threw it ahead to Matas to get that dunk that we were talking about was just super impressive.
Gorgeous.
2 steals also. I mean, constantly filling up the stat sheet. He was a +9 tonight. Only 2 turnovers. He's doing winning basketball stuff when he's out there on the floor. Did it in 22 minutes. Just really has carved out a nice niche and done it in such a way where Billy just is starting to trust him, because we knew coming into this it was hard for him to get that trust. It was very difficult for him to get that trust, and he had to work to gain it. And it was just about his basketball IQ catching up with his legs because he was moving faster, you know what I'm saying, than his mind was. So when everything caught up and now Billy getting some trust in him, now you get what you're seeing with a guy who's smart enough to know what he can and what he can't do out there on the floor. Not trying to do too much, not trying to do everything, but doing just enough to impact the game. and then also trying to give him a little bit more, especially on that defensive end, because, again, he's got that 7-foot wingspan as well. I believe his leg span is about 6'8". So, yeah, he's impressive, man. And, yeah, just winning plays, Will. That's what I see from Dalen.
The biggest thing was I liked his aggressiveness. He went to the free throw line 6 times.
Say what?
That's right. You talked about double-figure scoring.
Yes, sir.
It's coming across that when you watch him play, that he's starting to figure things out. And what I mean by that was I think he still acknowledges to himself that he's got a lot of weaknesses. He's got a long way to go. But he really understands what his strengths are, and he plays to his strengths. Mm-hmm. Occasionally he kind of strays away, and then that's when he makes a mistake or something bad happens.
Doing too much on-ball, Dalen, in the half-court offense.
Yeah,
that is correct.
Yeah.
Perfect example. Okay? And that's usually when you see, Billy kind of having a little chat with him, reeling him back in. Mm-hmm. Be like, hey, just stick with what you do well. And we'll continue to expand your game as you get more minutes. But right now, I need you to do the following. Mm-hmm. And if you want to play, much like we were talking about Zach on the Olympic team in the pregame show about if I want to play, Pop's already told me I got to play defense. If I want to play on this team, Billy's told me to do the following. D up, deflections, rebound, run, attack the rim, and if I'm wide open in the corner, take the 3. Mm-hmm. And when he sticks to that part is now coming to the point where he doesn't have to think about it, so he looks more natural. Mm-hmm. Occasionally when you see him try to go one-on-one or cross somebody up or attack somebody, it's kind of like one of those, no, oh, damn, just catch in advance. Guys on you, catch in advance. Mm-hmm. And then move, and he does an excellent job of moving. And then once you advance, what do? Fake and cut. Get that ball going to the rim. Mm-hmm. So I love to see the progression that he's making. And, as we said, he's found a niche, and he's continually, or should we say he's consistently, which is all you want from any player, regardless of their level, he's consistently now having a positive impact on these games.
Indeed he is. And Gio in the comments said, Dalen Terry hitting threes tells me the Bulls are improving from the arc. Keep doing your thing. Peter Patton.
General Patton?
General Patton. That's right. And I was actually another thing that Dalen shouted out in that interview with Dalen that Gottlieb did that dropped on allchgo.com yesterday.
Flex.
Go check it out. Give it a read after postgame tonight if you haven't yet. Mm-hmm. He is just the latest of many young Bulls to be like, yo, Peter Patton has been helping me a lot.
Yeah.
And even a novice or semi-novice NBA fan, basketball fan, can see the progression of what Dalen's shot form looks like from when we watched him his first summer league. Do you remember what that 3-ball looked like, Dave?
I remember. We saw it up close.
I almost lost my chicken strips and French fries that I had eaten 20 minutes prior.
Well, that was because of the 6 beers too.
No, those wash each other down.
Balance each other out.
It was Dalen's 3-ball that had me almost regurgitating.
Needed something on the palate.
But it looks so much more like a respectable shot form now.
Yeah.
His elbow's tucked in a little bit. The release point is higher.
Yeah.
He doesn't have the Cartwright elbows anywhere.
The pterodactyl.
Yeah.
Yeah. Clang.
And it's like, and again, it's not like we need Dalen to turn into this like lights out Bogdanovich kind of 3-point threat.
Sure.
But to have a firm, like my role on this team is defined.
Yeah.
My role in Billy's rotation is defined. I am a part of this team's future moving forward. Just be respectable from out there.
Yeah.
And he's starting to show us that.
And the confidence, I think, is catching up to the shot. I mean, we already know he's uber confident kind of in his game, but I don't think he was as confident in his 3-point shot because, again, he was just up there shooting. He wasn't known as, that kind of guy. So kind of having to break him down and then build him back up from the ground up took some time. And he was strong enough to stick with it. And now you just see smoothness when he's shooting the ball, something you didn't think you would see from him. Now he's like, oh, okay, I'm more comfortable on the baseline. okay, that top of the key three I like as well. Those are the two things I'm kind of going to focus on.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to get wide open threes. Like, that's going to happen. Like, until he has that 6 3-point game, oh my God, are y'all going to hear it when that happens. But when he has that something like that, it's going to be because of what he's doing in the corners more than anything, because a lot of those shots, are going to be wide open because those teams aren't going to respect it, and they've earned that right to not respect it yet, you know? So it's kind of like Josh Giddey and leaving him wide open, and he was like, oh, he's shooting 58%, but then, you know, coming back to earth a little bit. Dalen feels a little different because he's not hunting those shots. You know, he's just like, this is the right basketball play right here. Oh, boom, I'm open. This is exactly what I was supposed to do. I've shot this shot 2,000 times a day, well, with in practice and with Patton and things like that. Oh, well, let me hit you with the pump fake and try to go in for a layup too. So, like, just different levels to his game are growing. He has to get better at finishing also at the rim, because some of those layups, I thought, like, he should have hit some of those, Will, like, but he just didn't have the skill set yet, the proper kind of skill set when he's going up for that shot, just like an Ayo would. Like, when Ayo goes up for layups, like, yeah, you can count that. Kobe is kind of the same way. So he's getting to that level, though, Will. Like, I continue to see him building and stacking and growing. And it's very exciting to watch a young guy who came from pretty much nothing offensively and is now kind of building a nice offensive game where you can kind of pencil it in right now for about a good 10 points.
I mean, considering where he was when he got drafted,
Yeah.
and you saw him play in the summer league to where he is now, he's made considerable advancements in his game.
Facts.
I mean, but he's still got a long way to go. I mean, I think that he's going to continue to work hard. Obviously, he's got a great work ethic. Just don't ever get ahead of yourself.
Exactly. Yes.
Because I always talk about there's a fine line between confidence and arrogance.
Correct.
And all of a sudden you start to, you know, puff your chest and look in the mirror, and all of a sudden this guy that we see changes. And then all of a sudden you see he's not regressing, but because everybody else is continually getting better, it makes it look like he's regressing. So as long as he stays hungry, and Peter Patton will make sure, and his staff will make sure that happens.
Sure.
Because the one thing that I know about Peter and his staff is that they're on these guys.
Yeah.
They're making these guys accountable. And, hey, you look at this, 22 minutes, 2 of 4 from the field, 2 of 2 from the 3, 6 of 6, 4 assists, 1 rebound, 2 steals. But I can promise you, though, as when they show the positives in the film, they're also going to say, hey, this is other things that you can do better. Like you grabbed that rebound and then tried to cross over on somebody, and then it got tipped and you fell over. And then, hey, man, just get it, get strong, pivot, find Kobe, find those guys, get that ball up the floor. Who was it that he got? I don't know if he picked up a loose ball or whatever. He looked up the floor and hit
Matas.
something.
That was that outlet pass to the Matas dunk.
Yeah.
He stole that off the baseline and threw it.
Yeah,
up for
but
it.
that's where I'm talking about. Pass beats the dribble all the time.
Bars.
This is true. A ball travels a lot faster when you chuck it through the air as opposed to dribbling it
That's
several
it.
times.
And putting it on the money too. Like,
Yeah.
Unless you're Jason Kidd, but that's a different story.
bars. That pass is amazing.
I know we've got another break coming up in just a minute or two, but I did want to mention also, speaking of guys knocking down their shots tonight, and some of these younger guys, can we give a shout out to Jaylen Smith?
Yeah.
I mean, my God,
He got
4
hot.
or 5 from downtown. Will Perdue, the Bulls centers tonight combined to go 6 of 10 from downtown. Do you love it or do you love it?
That's a
'Cause
regular-
I freaking love
It's a
it.
regular night for Will Perdue.
Damn.
Did you ever take a 3 in your NBA career?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think at one point I was 0 for 1.
Okay.
We got fined for taking them.
By the team, not the league.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that just
That
was
would be
not.
hilarious.
That was not what you. That's not what Biggs did.
Yeah.
yeah.
Wait, did you take yours? Like, was the game over when you took it? Or?
Yeah, I think my first one I took was actually in Milwaukee. You know, we're playing cleanup minutes, and guys are yelling at me to shoot it. So I was like, what the hell?
Okay. Katie, I'm gonna need you to find the percentages.
Percentages are not good.
I'll do my best.
But again, that was a different time. But truly great stuff from Jaylen Smith tonight.
Yeah, honestly, he played well. He played very well.
All right.
See, this is and I apologize for interrupting. I know we're going to move on to the next. We got a break coming up. Mm-hmm. But this is what we're talking about as far as because of the youths and the Utes on this team, and then sprinkle in a little experience. It's going to take some work. Mm-hmm. But by making the right trades and the right draft, you can get real good real quick.
Right trades.
Let's keep that pick first, though. We got to take our second break here at CHGO Bulls postgame.
I'm not talking about this year.
No. Let's never forget that. More thoughts on tonight's game. More of y'all's thoughts out there, Bulls Nation, on tonight's game.
Clemens
After
here.
this, hopefully we'll hear from the GOAT. And then, of course, Goon of the Night.
Yeah.
Who will it be? We'll find out. Stick around.
Who will it be now?
Who can it be now?
It's Sunnyside. That's who it's going to be right now.
Always.
Ooh, Sunnyside is your home for judgment-free cannabis shopping, a place where all kinds of visitors are welcome to explore, discover, and purchase a wide array of high-quality hydroponics in the city. Sunnyside has everything you need to elevate your summer. It's your one-stop shop for all your cannabis needs. Sunnyside has an expertly curated menu, with over 100 strains to choose from, plus easy online ordering and in-store pickup. Sunnyside is Illinois' favorite dispensary, with locations in the city, like Wrigleyville, River North, all the way out to the suburbs, like Champaign, South Beloit, and much, much more. If you're starting out, Sunnyside has expert guidance and brands that you know you'll love, like Good News, like Mindy's. And what do you always get, Matt, when you in there?
Oh, the Good News brunch gummies.
Oh, those brunch gummies.
Good stuff.
He gets down on that. Oh, and available now for a limited time, ladies and gentlemen. The Good News LTO. That's a limited time offer. Island Vibes. Yeah, man. Jamirish. Good News Island Vibes.
We can never escape
for the next level staycation, Lord of mercy.
I can just see Big Dave doing that late at night. He's got some music on and just.
Oh yeah, late at night. Word. That's how I be getting them ladies. Will. Late at night, I turn off all the lights when they with me, and I be like, "Oh, time in the morning, turn your left." Good News Island Vibes. The Good News Island Vibes, and that Puff Puff Paradise. So visit Sunnyside.shop for Bright Buys every day, including 50% off your first 3 online purchases. You heard me. Enter the promo code HICHGO at checkout to qualify. Exclusions apply. Sunnyside Cannabis Dispensary, Bright Buys every day, only for 21 and over or Illinois Met Card holders.
Postgame tonight also brought to you by Prize Picks, the best
Picks.
place to get real money sports action. With over 10 million members and billions with a B of dollars in awarded winnings, Prize Picks has made daily fantasy sports accessible to all. You just pick more or less on at least 2 players for a shot to win up to 100 times your cash. Run your game all season long on Prize Picks. Prize Picks also is the only real money DFS platform with an injury insurance policy, so your lineup stays intact even if one of your players gets injured. If your player leaves the game in the first half and does not return for that second half, Prize Picks keeps the rest of your lineup alive and active. Prize Picks also makes it really easy to get your money out when you hit those wins. All withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure. When my pick hits, I can get my money in as quick as 15 minutes. They also now offer Venmo for quick and easy deposits and withdrawals into your account this sports season. So what are you waiting for? Download the app today. Use promo code CHGO to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. That's promo code CHGO to get $50 off, or to get $50 instantly into your account after you play that first $5 lineup, even if the lineup doesn't hit. Either way. Prize Picks. Run your game. Shout out to our guy Briscoe in the comments who I saw reminding y'all to hit that like button. You know, it could be a group effort to remind y'all out there to hit that like button. It doesn't just need to be Katie's shop.
No.
Shout out to you, Briscoe, for offering that reminder as well.
And like you say, hit the like for my boy Clem from the UK who made that trip to Chicago.
That's right.
Oh, we're going to see him in a minute. Yes.
Indeedy. But in the meantime, I believe I heard a jingle, Katie. Do we have a goat on the line?
Nah.
Dial him up.
Wow.
That's where he's the GOAT! The GOAT!
Joining us on the Go Talk Hotline live from the United Center, he is the GOAT, the one and only Will Gottlieb.
Often.
Will_Gottlieb is where you can find him on Twitter for his Bulls updates and reporting. AllCHGO.com is where you can read his great stuff, like the Dalen Terry interview I just mentioned earlier. Goat, Bulls Hawks, and it didn't go to overtime. It wasn't even a nail biter down the stretch. What gives, man?
I mean, they tried to make it a nail biter, but the Hawks just are, I don't know, man. The Hawks they're a team that plays a non-serious brand of basketball at times. And the Bulls, to their credit, they take advantage. So, I mean, that was to me like a game where everything went right for the Bulls. Like, I mean, you look at just like the shooting percentages, 57, 44, 90. I mean, ridiculous. 126 offensive rating. That's 16 points above their season average. So everything was going well for them. Io was 8 of 10. He's been really bad. Giddey was 8 of 10. He's been struggling offensively. Even Kobe, who struggled shooting the ball, got to the free throw line for 6 attempts. Zach was on fire. Vooch was really solid. I mean, everything went right for the Bulls. They had 7 players in double figures. Jaylen Smith was awesome off the bench. Dalen Terry continues to play well. So, I think that was just a feel-good win. And you can kind of feel the relief and the just the morale in the locker room a little bit higher and better than it has been after those last couple losses where, you're in Milwaukee and they just gave up, 40 points to Giannis and they didn't get a free throw attempt for the entire team in the second half. And it was kind of deflating. This was a very different feeling. Just having played a lot better basketball, the things that they want to do ended up working out for them. And I mean, it was a big win. It was their first NBA Cup win. And so that was exciting for them too.
Will, since you wrote the article on Dalen Terry, kind of talk about his game tonight and actually these past few, because it just feels just much more consistent. And he's getting you those 10 points. He's getting you those 4 or 5 assists, those few steals. He's getting you he's either a +9 or a +10 or whatever. But it just feels much more consistent, and he's contributing at both ends of the floor. Talk about what you're seeing out there with Dalen Terry on both ends.
Yeah, I mean, look, I was high on Dalen coming out of the draft. I had him, I think, number 3 on my board for Bulls players I thought would be available for them. So I've always liked Dalen, but there was a time last year, maybe the year before, it was just is this guy going to make it in the NBA? I mean, the shot was so far away from being productive. He looked out of control. He wasn't really able to get downhill with his dribble. He was frail. He wasn't really finishing through contact. Teams were ignoring him. It just felt like everything was so far away. And this year, things are starting to click for him. We'll start with the defense, where I think he's his most impactful. You see him on opposing point guards. Trae Young, for example, tonight, where he's just attached to him. I mean, he's in his jersey. He's not letting him get the ball. He's not letting him get it back on those handoffs. And he's just staying with him, and he's able to use his length to really bother guys, especially smaller guards. But offensively, he looks a lot better too. I mean, for one, the shot just is leaps and bounds better, more consistent, more repeatable, less of a hitch, more up and down. And I think he's been working really hard on that. Every time I talk to him, he says, credit Peter Patton. And I'm like, well, Dalen, you're the guy putting the work in, so you got to credit yourself too. And he of course loves that. But he's just a real competitor. He wants to play well. He wants to do well. He wants to compete, and he wants to contribute. And I feel like with the shot starting to fall, that's opening up those driving lanes where he's able to attack closeouts and make plays with his passing. He knows that when he generates steals, he can get out in transition and make plays or finish for himself. And, in this article, I don't want to spoil too much of it, but he was talking about what he learned from Caruso on those swipe downs and just the timing of it, using his body to bump guys and then strip them and then get out on the run. And that's how he can kind of make a living. And I think ultimately he really kind of understands what he needs to do to be successful in this league right now. And I think it took him a little bit longer than it maybe should have. I don't think his role was ever that complicated. It was a lot of defense and spotting up, but he just feels so much more comfortable doing all the things that he needs to do in order to be successful. And you see him now gaining a lot of trust. I mean, I don't think he was the first one off the bench today. I believe that was Julian, but he played the most minutes of anybody on the bench, and he's been really solid lately. So, I mean, this is a pretty big development. And obviously he's not, starting, he's not playing major minutes, but I mean, he looks like a basketball player. And that was something that, like I said, I wasn't sure if that was going to work out for him. As much as I like him and enjoy talking with him and all of that, I mean, he's really taken strides, and I think you got to credit his work ethic.
So, Goat, do you think that Vooch is having a all-star season, and why?
Ooh.
Okay, so I literally
question.
just talked to Vooch about this. It was kind of off the record, just shooting it. And I was like, Vooch, I mean, are you playing your best basketball ever? And he's like, I don't know. I mean, it's up there for sure. And so he really is. I mean, he looks so solid and comfortable. He's making shots, but I think with the pace that they're playing, he's obviously not like a speed demon. Like he's not really one of those super mobile, switchable bigs, but especially in trail, like he's able to attack closeouts. And with the way that he's shooting, bigs are really having to get up to him. And so when their momentum is taking them away from the basket and his is taking him towards it, he can blow by guys. And then he's putting his passing into the game, his decision-making, his finishing. The flip shots are going this year. The three-point shots are going. He's getting to the foul line a little bit more. He's obviously a great rebounder. This is definitely like the best version of Vooch that we have seen here in Chicago. It's kind of the Vooch that I think AK traded for when he made that trade 3 years ago. But it's too bad we didn't see it more when the window of whatever form of contention they were trying to get to when that was open with DeMar and Alex here. But I mean, this is the best version of Vooch that we've seen. And no, it would not surprise me if he's like a coach's choice all-star. I don't think he'll be a starter, but I mean, he's been playing some incredible basketball.
Exactly.
I mean, yeah, a monster double-double tonight. I think it's his 8th double-double and 11th double-double in
11th.
16 games, something like that.
17.
Yeah. Goat, Billy maybe dropped a clue before tonight's game that we might see more of Matas Buzelis, and we did, in fact. He played 20 minutes, and Torrey Craig went back to being a DNP after playing very well on Wednesday. What's the deal?
Yeah, I think it's a matchup thing. Basically, Billy didn't explicitly say this, but kind of reading between the lines and based on what he did say, I think he just didn't want to put him in a situation where he was having to guard Giannis all night. That is just a matchup where he's just going to get annihilated. And, I was talking with my friend Bob here, he's a security guard on just entering out the court. And he was saying, like, I don't care if he doesn't, if he gets beat up by Giannis, like that's what we want to see. Like we want to see him get more minutes. And I hear that point and I agree with it. But I also think that the Bulls are just trying to be careful about, who they let him go up against, because one, I think confidence is, I don't think it's much of an issue with Matas. Like, I don't think I'm worried about him losing his confidence, but I don't think that they want to put him in a position where he gets so beat up that he starts getting tentative. But, with this matchup, the Hawks are more of a switchable four with Jalen Johnson and Rizaje and DeAndre Hunter, like some smaller, kind of more traditional small forward type fours. I think that's a perfect matchup for him. And you saw him play well. But the one thing Billy said pregame about Matas is that he's like really starting to understand what questions to ask and like make sure that he's in the right place when he needs to, make sure that he knows the right play call when he comes in the game, make sure that he understands what defense the Bulls are executing on a given play. And I think that goes a long way. Like, I think there was probably a period of time where he felt a little tentative, a little unsure of whether he should ask the question and then maybe put himself in a position where he wasn't sure what was happening. But now I think he's been a little bit more attentive, a little bit more aggressive in just understanding where he needs to be. And that goes such a long way, right? Like when the game is moving so fast as it is, like you can't be a step behind from like not being up to date on whatever the assignment is. Like he really, I think has gotten to a level where he, understands the pace that things are happening. And even if the game is still moving too fast, he's like adjusting to that a little bit more quickly. And I think that's why he was out there for 20 minutes tonight. I thought he played well. He was a little down on himself and hard on himself, but Zach was saying, and I agree with Zach after the game, like, he made an impact. He was blocking shots. He was getting out in transition. He's long, he's athletic. He's making plays. Like, it's okay if you turn the ball over a couple times. It's okay if you miss some shots, but like he was making a positive impact on both sides. And the Bulls need that.
Well, real quick, Jaylen Smith had a really good game off the bench again for the Bulls. It seems like it's not happening every single game, but like there's a game and then they'll skip one, and then there's a game and they'll skip one where he just gets really hot from the three-point line, and that pick and roll or pick and pop that he's running just really works well. What do you attribute that to? And what kind of guard line do you like seeing him play with? Because me personally, I like it when he's out there with Kobe. They just really have some kind of different kind of chemistry than I've seen him have with guys like Josh Giddey. Yeah,
that's interesting. I hadn't really thought about like who his best lineup pairings are, and maybe I can do some digging on like what the data says behind that. But yeah, I think he just likes to play fast, and he was hitting his shots today. Like that's, I think, what it comes down to. Obviously, he had a couple of nice blocks in there too, but 4 of 5 from the field, all of them were 3-point attempts. So that's what he needs to do. He needs to get those up, and the Bulls obviously made 19 threes tonight out of 43 attempts. So like I said, it was just everything was working. I think that was part of it. But yeah, I think he's been really solid, and I think he's going to have these nights where he puts up some more explosive stat lines, and that's great. And certainly they needed it tonight. But yeah, I think it's just about the consistency piece. Like, it's great to go 4 of 5, but if you go 0 of 5 the next night, like, can you get to a point where you're making 2 out of 5 every time? And like that 40% there, I think is something that a coach would take 9 times out of 10 over one really hot night. I mean, unless it's like the play-in or something where you just need everything to go. That consistency piece, I think, is a big one for him.
Goat, we appreciate you. Before we let you go, who's your goon of the night real quick?
One more note, though, I did want to bring up before Goon, which is Patrick Williams. I don't know how much you guys have talked about that.
Talked about it pregame.
I don't know if you went through like all the quotes and stuff, but basically the update is not all that different from what we talked about last time. There's some swelling, some soreness and discomfort in that same area in the foot. He was saying that he got the surgery. There's 2 screws in there, and that sometimes those can be bothersome to people. It's been fine for him. But obviously, like, the inflammation is there, and I think they just want to let that calm down before they start to put a plan together. So again, I think this is going to be a little while. They are basically like not defining a timeline because they can't even do that yet until the inflammation goes down. So I don't know. My concern flag is going up a little bit more with that. But he reiterated and Billy reiterated, like, there's obviously a healthy amount of concern with this, given that it's like soreness associated with the surgery that he just had. But like what Pat was saying was like, this is nowhere close to the pain or discomfort that I was having before the surgery the first time. When there was the edema there, they immobilized it, put it in the boot. And he's saying it's nothing close to that. Like, he couldn't walk or run or do anything. So this is not that, but certainly cause for concern. I'm going to go goon of the night with Josh Giddey. Plus 19, had his best game in quite some time, maybe all season, but he was pushing the ball. And one thing that I really liked about him was, and I've noticed this past couple games, they're not putting the ball in his hands quite as much. They are having Io, especially when they're out there together, run the ball up, especially on makes. Io will get the ball. And I asked Billy about it after the game. He said, Io's our fastest player. He gets it across half court the quickest. We got to put the ball in his hands to get up there so that we can get into our offense. And maybe they hit it ahead to Josh so he can play in the open floor. But this idea of like Josh needing the ball in his hands every single time in order to be productive, I think this was a game where he showed you he doesn't need that. And certainly wasn't a perfect game, but I just liked the way that he kind of adjusted and evolved from some difficult shooting nights where he had the ball, where he wasn't playing defense. Obviously, there's some bad defensive plays in there, but I just like the way that he adjusted tonight, and it shows with a plus 19.
Go, we appreciate you, buddy. Get home safe tonight.
I had a question for the GOAT.
Yeah.
Second game of a back-to-back, you're going to get your workout in the morning, get all swole?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Look at the joy.
Definitely.
Said so confidently.
Drop that schmedium shirt on and go go prancing through the United Center.
Exactly. I got to keep up with these guys if I have any chance of making the G League one day.
That's right. That's right.
Still waiting for that phone call from Windy City.
Still a chance.
AllCHGO.com is where you can read our guy, Willie Gottlieb's great stuff covering our beloved Bulls. And
shout out to Lucas, too, who I saw at the game, said what's up to me. Said he loved what we do and said say hi to you guys. So shout out to you.
What's up, Lucas?
Appreciate it, man.
I love when Goat just runs into the people.
Yeah.
The people of Bulls Nation at the Madhouse.
You see the quaff and they know.
Yeah, that's right. All right, buddy. Great work. We'll talk to you again tomorrow.
Bye, guys.
Gottlieb. Doling out votes for Goon of the Night. Big Dave, do you want to bring our international member of Bulls Nation on set real quick? I feel like we should talk to Clem.
I think y'all should do it at the same time.
Oh, well, we could do that too. Well, we should give
dosage?
him a vote.
We should give him. He will definitely get a vote.
Yeah,
because that's the plan.
I'm just saying, when Easy was in town, we brought him on.
Yeah. Oh no, he's coming on.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
That's a plan.
Okay.
Going on up here.
You
sir.
got a plan.
Oh, I got a plan.
Okay.
And it starts with this. Katie, hit me with it one time, because it's time to give away Goon of the Night, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, it's about that time, and I know Katie's ready. She don't look surprised at all.
To beat a man, you gotta beat the man. Now, I'm the man.
Just got a point.
Empire Today presenting Goon of the Night. 588-2300. Perdue.
Oh, you want me to do it like Katie?
Yeah, do it like Katie. Do it like Katie. No, this is like doing like Katie.
That's where you get up and run away.
No, I was gonna do the Katie one. Empire who?
To Empire who? Okay, I'll take that.
Empire Today.
Empire.
That was rude. I didn't say anything when you were rude to Goat, but that was
But rude to me? How dare you?
How was I rude to Goat?
I don't know what you did, Will.
I was actually complimenting him.
The medium shirts.
Yeah, shout out to the
That's
Schmediums.
a compliment.
That's a compliment.
Gotta have a body to be able to
have
wear
right.
a
Billy
Schmedium.
Donovan's a grown man who can rock
right.
a medium shirt.
You know what I mean? Ain't got to be a grown
He's toned.
person to get
He
goon of the night.
may not be tall, but he's toned.
Oh. Goon of the night. We hand it out. Will Perdue, I'm going to start with you.
Oh, it's like Anchorman. Just, 99. Oh, I didn't see you there.
didn't see you.
100.
It's
I don't know
a
if you
deep
heard
burn.
me. I did over 1,000.
It's a deep burn.
Watch out for the guns.
All right, we're getting off. All right. My goon of the night,
A little Jack Dempsey and Tom O'Leary.
Kobe White.
Oh,
Oh, wow.
Now, I know that's a surprise.
Okay.
But what I love about Kobe is how he continues to have an impact on the game. He struggled from the field tonight, 6 of 16, 3 of 12 from behind the arc. But he went to the free throw line 6 times, picked up 6 rebounds as a guard, had 9 assists, and how many turnovers? 0.
He went high for that. Shout out to Will Perdue
Love that.
for the notes.
I love a 0 turnover game.
It's pretty
so
nice.
satisfying.
It's pretty nice, right?
As the primary ball handler.
Yes.
What?
Oh, it's a good thing.
Shake off those 6 turnovers, Zach. It's okay. We got another game tomorrow.
That's me.
I'm just saying.
Now, that was rude.
That was rude. That was rude. Yes.
Hey,
Very rude.
He also poured in 26 points. Zach had an okay game.
Yes.
He had a Zach LaVine game. He scored. He turned the ball over a lot.
See what happens when the belt comes out? Just
Yeah.
everybody's goon. Just
Everybody's
out of nowhere.
goonage.
Goodness. Go ahead, Matt.
I'm gonna. You know what? I'm gonna give my goon love to Jaylen Smith. We're going 4 or 5 from downtown.
Yes.
Big man off the bench. Love to see more of it. I agree, Dave. It's sort of like those games where he's hot from downtown, kind of like appear and then disappear.
Yeah.
But just because of that giant leaping teammate celebration, like body slam he did with Kobe White after hitting one of
Bumping
those
check.
threes
Yeah.
to force a Hawks timeout.
Yeah.
I am a Bulls fan who will always love that type of stuff.
Yeah.
Teammates celebrating, forcing their opponent to call a timeout after a big made shot, a big play, and let's chest bump, let's back-to-back, jump
Slap
in midair,
hands.
slap hands.
Slap hands.
I will always eat that shit up as a just goon sports fan. I love it. And I love that Jaylen Smith initiated that, and I'm also glad that he didn't like send Kobe White flying into oblivion.
Good looking out on that.
Yeah.
Katie Pew Pew.
Katie Pew Pew?
Who gets Katie Pew Pew? She gonna have it. Tell us who gets goon of the night.
I'm torn between 2 on Goon of the Night here, but I think I'm going to go with Dalen Terry.
Okay.
You know, for all the obvious reasons of who Dalen Terry is as a person.
Yes. Yeah. fair.
I also would give secondary votes, if I'm allowed, to Jaylen Smith because, you know, we haven't heard much from him recently. And also Matas.
Yeah.
2 gigantic, very loud dunks. Like, I don't remember seeing that from him. Not 2 in the same game.
Yeah.
So, Dalen Terry, but then also the other 2.
Actually,
I love that.
Seeing actual dunks.
Actual dunks.
That's a thing.
That first one Matas had
something, man.
after the pump fake.
It's a thing. Oh,
I
my
loved
God.
it.
Well, those good candidates. But Goon of the Night, this belt is so nice. Goon of the Night goes to my man Clem.
Let's go!
That's who it goes to, ladies and gentlemen. Come on in here,
take my
Clem.
seat.
Come on and get this.
take my seat.
Why does it go to Clem? That man flew all the way here from the UK to come on in and just watch the Chicago Bulls play. What is happening, sir? This, sir, belongs to you. You are the Goon of the Night, sir. I'm quite proud of you. Y'all, yes. He is very happy about this. Thank you for being here, sir.
Thank you for inviting me.
Oh, man. So tell us about the game. How was it? Got you? Go ahead.
I mean, we won.
Yes,
That's a good start.
that is.
Witness history. The first time we win an NBA Cup game. Yeah, I think
Man's done his homework.
Yes.
I feel like I had to make the trip for them to actually put a really good game.
Also, why he wins Goons of the night.
Like they knew I was there. I was like, oh shit, we're gonna do something now. You know what I mean? So that was a really good game. I thought there's like so many good stuffs. Obviously, defensively, it wasn't that.
No,
because that's not what we do.
Right.
But I like shout out Matas was really good. Josh Giddey I thought was really good as well.
Say that again.
Josh Giddey I thought it was good.
You like that, Will?
I like that.
Will
I
likes
thought
that.
it
Will
was
likes
good.
it.
And again, I feel like I need to be in the stands for him to be good because I saw him at the Olympics as well, and he was really good when I saw him play. So I was like, you know, if you're a Josh Giddey fan, if you're a Bulls fan, like, give me a job and come here. I'll be here every day.
Yeah.
I'll be on the stands every night.
I think he's got himself a little fan here.
Yeah, hey, man. Well, you know, you got a Will Perdue over here. You know?
I didn't bring any resumes, but, you know, apart from when I'm here, Josh Giddey plays well.
We're just saying.
That, you know.
Just saying. Just
That's
saying.
good. Yeah, Josh Giddey plays well.
So you going to the Cup, tell us what the experience was like for you, because you sat in some really cool seats and everything like that.
Yeah, especially like because we were very close to the bench. So it was very nice to see like during timeouts, during like stoppage of plays, like who is talking to who. Like it was really nice. Like Torrey Craig is talking to everyone. Like the assistant coaches as well. John Bryant is always talking. So yeah, I mean it was really good experience. Because it's been a while, we haven't been to the United Center. So yeah, it's nice to come back, see a good game, a win. You know, everything went well. You know, we got Portillo's.
Oh, you got Portillo's.
Hey,
wait, what did you get? This is important for Matt.
No, we will because they missed 2 free throws at the end of the game.
That's true.
Oh, so that's
The
what.
free
Free Portillo's, we mentioned that
That's
earlier.
even better.
Remember? Yeah, yes, we
So
did.
that's what you're having for lunch tomorrow?
Hey, that's it. That's sorted for tomorrow now. We were talking about like what kind of Chicago food you had so far. I was like, well, Portillo's not yet, but maybe if we get some free stuff,
Oh, yeah.
here we go.
Oh, now you're getting it.
Yeah,
you
there we
definitely
go.
getting it,
Here we
man.
go. Oh, today, yeah.
Yeah, the DMK burger.
We've been to DMK today. Oh my god. Yeah, no, I need to be here full time, guys. Like, give me a job.
You got a spot for brunch tomorrow? I got a spot for you.
Oh,
We'll talk.
Yeah.
we'll talk.
It's good to know, folks.
All right.
It's good
Okay.
to know, folks out here, man.
Okay.
So are you going to the game tomorrow?
We're going to the game tomorrow
Okay.
again. Yeah.
Okay. And it was cool because I also saw you hooked up with some people in the Bulls community as well.
Oh, yes.
Our people, Melissa was there. and
So many
everything.
people I have to shout out for that. I'm gonna
Take your
get
time.
some names, but like Melissa, Ramina, Stephanie, Victor.
You go to the
plenty
Bears
of
game
them were-
Sunday?
For the what?
Bears game.
Football. Like, he saw
No,
American
no.
football. He's like, no. You ain't here for that, Will.
I'm getting into it.
Okay.
Since we're talking
You
Long
did.
John,
We had the discussion. You're right. We did talk.
Okay, Big Dave, come on now.
That's a flex, Will. We had a conversation over in London. We was hanging out.
Yeah,
man.
but since that, I witnessed the Washington game
Oh.
and the Packers game.
Oh. Oh. That's
And I have
good.
enough of the Bulls to break my heart on a daily basis. So,
Yes.
you know,
yes.
it's
I can only take one heartbreak. That's right. It just
mean,
made us tougher.
any Chicago team. Every time they play, I'm rooting for them, right? But
Yeah.
I mean, yeah,
It was a tough one, man.
it's a tough life.
I'll tell you what, if y'all aren't doing anything Sunday morning, you're welcome to come to our Chicago Bears tailgate.
you're
Come hang out with us,
joking.
man. You're more than welcome, dog.
For real?
Yes,
oh, my.
absolutely.
Oh, wow.
Absolutely. And
Well-
let me ask you something. I see you have your. Are you a Bulls fan too? I don't have a choice. She said, "I don't have a choice." Oh, that is awesome.
Good
I mean,
answer.
Yes.
Good answer.
I mean, she probably spent half the game watching Benny's shenanigan on the side, which is fair. It's sometimes more entertaining than what's going on the court, but you know. Yeah, that's fine. No,
That's
she
cool
loved it. She
stuff,
loved it.
man. Well, dude, we appreciate that you coming all the way over here, man, and
thank you
wanting
for
to
having
even
me.
be on
Are
our
you kidding
show
me?
and hang out with
Look at
us,
that, the
man.
belt as well.
For real, bro.
See, what kind of night is that?
You are going up
So
the night.
what is the big thing you're looking forward to doing outside of the Bulls games? Is there? You've been here how many times now?
So this is the 4th time we come to Chicago.
Okay.
We've been to Bulls games, Hawks games, Cubs games, Sky games as well. As far as well, we've been visiting pretty much everything now. We've been here for so long and so many times. Look, something I'm looking just seeing the people, because the first few times I couldn't see Melissa, I couldn't see Ramina, I couldn't see Eric, I couldn't see like all those guys I've been following on Twitter for so long. And this time I was like, okay, I'm coming. So make sure you get some time and we can like actually have a proper meetup, which is what we did on Wednesday. So that was really, really good.
So you've been here since when?
So we landed on Wednesday.
You hit the ground running.
Oh, yeah.
Goon of the night, Will.
So in other words, you're just getting started.
We were supposed to land at 2. We landed at 3.
Oh.
Security check took forever. We
Yep.
left the airport nearly at 5. And we met the rest of the gang at like 7 because we went to the hotel, put all the stuff. So I took a quick shower and we met them afterwards to catch the Bucks Bulls game.
Okay.
So yeah, that was an hectic day. That was a long day. But we made it, and it was, definitely.
Yeah,
100%,
man.
100%.
You got to see your Bulls win, and we got to see you. This is our guy, Clem, man. My brother. Always great
Appreciate
to see you,
you.
man.
Appreciate
Thanks
you.
for hanging out with us, man.
Always, man.
Goon of the night right here,
Goon
y'all.
of the night, look at that.
Oh. Yes, he is French Bulls fan. Carl, that's exactly who he is. Make sure you follow him.
I come
also
across
on Twitter.
sometimes as French Bulls TV because that's the name of my
This
YouTube
is true.
channel.
That's a flex,
That's why
ladies
it
and
could
gentlemen.
be confusing sometimes.
That's a
In
flex,
different
ladies and
name.
gentlemen. He is the man. Shout
So
out
can
to him.
you? So what is Big Dave? So what we need to do
Okay.
is Katie hit Big Dave's button.
Big Dave's button.
Which button?
Bulls win. I'm assuming he means
He's got
Bulls
a couple
win.
buttons now.
yeah, there's quite
Got
a
quite a
few.
few. Will.
The Bulls
Bulls
win.
win
We
on
need
Goon
to
of the
have
night.
him. What we
Oh,
need.
the Bulls win?
Clint, we need you to tape this in French before you leave. So then we can hit that. Because what is? I mean, I know it's not.
What
like,
is saying Bulls win in French? Is that
Yes.
what you're asking? Okay.
Oh, okay, yeah.
How do you?
All right.
What does
How do you
that
say
sound
that?
like?
Victoire des Bulls?
Yeah. So you got to be passionate about
Yeah.
it.
Give it to
Come
him
on, man.
again.
Little
I'm going to
gusto.
register it now. Okay.
Yes.
Victoire des Bulls!
Hey.
There we go.
There you go.
Because you obviously know what Dave's hit Dave's.
Look at Bulls win. Come on.
So now, did you record that?
Well, she can't just play it back right now.
The whole stream
Will,
is
go.
recorded.
Katie, we got to talk here.
Will's like, I want it and I want it now.
We can do it again.
So we
have
need like
multiple
Dave.
takes.
Dave wants Katie to hit it like 4 times in a row. So I need you
Actually,
to be
12, but I
passionate.
settled.
Yes.
I need you to say that 5 times in a row right now. Like they
Ready
just
to go?
won the championship.
Okay.
Yeah, let's hear it.
You did.
Ready?
Good. Victoire des Bulls! Victoire des Bulls! Victoire des Bulls! Victoire des Bulls! Victoire des Bulls!
There you go.
All right.
All the same way. All the same way, too.
It sounds like the Bulls win from Chuck Swirsky. Which is good. I love Swigs.
You're a better dancer than Chuck, right?
I would love a dance-off, though.
Oh, challenge. Challenge. I like it. I like this a lot, man. That's pretty good. That's a guy, Clem, man. You got any more questions for Clem?
Not on air.
Thanks, Clem.
Appreciate
Let's see
you.
you, man.
Don't leave yet. Let me wrap this show.
Yeah.
We'll chat. Fucking Clam, man. God, I love somebody else. I think it was General in the comments just said like, "This is why I love CHGO." Like y'all are real. Like this is my favorite stuff about what we do.
Yeah.
Not even necessarily international Bulls fans, but we love our international Bulls fans so much, and they tune into our content and have for years. We love that about them. We know that Bulls Nation is everywhere.
Yeah.
But this kind of stuff, we're just like, hey, this person I talked to about the Bulls on Twitter seems like a cool person.
Yes.
And then you, after however long, get to meet them in person and realize, oh, they are in fact a cool person.
Yes.
And we got to hang out with Clement. We went to France.
Yes.
And there were so many awesome people of the French Bulls fan community that like helped us over there, giving us sort of like tour guide and info and intel, and hooked us up with other cool NBA people over there. That's the part of the community that's just really, really awesome, man.
It's the best. And when I went to London, he definitely hit me up and was like, "Oh, we got to meet up. We got to hang out." And then we did. We went and we hung out. And as soon as we walked into the bar that we walked into, there was a big, huge picture of Michael Jordan on the wall. We're like, "Oh, we're supposed to be here." And then when we're sitting at our table, we're like, "They say, oh, we need to know what table number that we're sitting at so we can tell the waitress." And we look down, table number 23.
There you go.
We're supposed to be here.
There you go.
We're supposed to be here.
Shout out
Yeah,
to
it was
Lars
fun.
in the
It
comments.
was
He
good.
said, "Oh, let's go. We got a Chad Faithful on the stream." Yes, exactly.
Yes,
French Bulls
absolutely,
TV in our live YouTube comments all the time.
All the time.
Ride or die.
Yes, sir.
anytime anybody who's ride or die like that is like, oh, hey, we're in Chicago.
Yes.
Come on through.
Come on through.
For real, come on through.
Yeah.
Also, somebody else, I think it was maybe Julie RC, said, who is this heavily tattooed gentleman and can we keep him?
It's not like he's a dog.
Yeah. We're going to work on our international correspondence role. See if we can have just Clem be half based in France, half based here.
Victoire des Bulls.
That's right.
And gentlemen.
Before we get out of here, we got a super chat or two. I know we got a shout out, Katie. Prison Mike, our guy,
Mike.
said, got my thumbs from Vancouver and OMG, an NBA Cup win. I look at the standings and guys, I'm nervous. This smells like playing.
worry.
It's like it smells worse than team
relax.
spirit. And I am also afraid because Big Dave, what did you say after this game? The
they
standings
jumped to
updated.
It's 7 now. It's 7. It's 7 now.
But they jumped from 12 to 6 with that one win. Yeah, that's gonna make me
and
nervous.
now it's 7.
I loved this one. A clearly Josh Giddey fan club member, Parks in the chat, was giving me a hard time earlier, calling me a clown a bunch, saying like, can we get this guy to admit that the Bulls did not in fact lose Caruso for nothing? Thanks for the $7, Parks.
We really appreciate your $8. That was great.
Oh yes, $8. Thank you.
Ooh, shout out.
I would say that if at best, if you are on the pro Josh Giddey side of the argument, jury is still out, and jury was not settled based on tonight's game. He played well. He had one good game against a trash Hawks team. I'm still looking at the larger picture of numbers, and I still think it's going to be in this team's best interest to not pay him a whole bunch of money and instead wash your hands and walk away. So I still hold firm on my opinion.
Yes.
Sorry that you think it's a clown's opinion. I think I'm right and I think you're wrong, but thanks for the $8.
Just to be clear, your $8 is going directly to Matt. It's not going to anyone else.
That's right.
We're going to make sure it goes just to
the one
Matt.
time
Just to
an
Matt.
All-City Network super chat, instead of going to whatever company bank accounts we have, goes directly to
Nope,
mine.
just Matt.
Just him. Banks in the Cayman Islands. I talked about it in the pregame, how I wanted to see how Josh Giddey kind of bounced back after those few bad games that he had, because I felt like this would be a good team to do that against. And that's exactly what we saw. And he came out aggressive. I'm giving him credit. He came out definitely aggressive and ready to play. I love the way he passed the ball and kept the things moving out there on the offensive end. Even had a block. You know what I mean? Like he played okay defensively. He wasn't terrible like, say, Trae Young. But, yeah, man, I thought he played very solid today. It was a good bounce back for him. Let's see how he does in the back-to-back.
Yes, indeedy. That's right, Katie. We should get a like spike here as we wrap up the show. If you haven't hit that like button yet, do it now. What are you waiting for? Yeah. We got a Bulls win. We got a Goon of the Night. We got an international Bulls fan celebrity Goon of the Night.
And please do not forget, Katie said if we get to 200 likes, she will sing the Empire jingle.
Y'all weren't even close. This is honestly.
I know we're not. I'm just reminding. It's a long season.
Motivating.
This is not a good effort. We can do so much better.
We're gonna have to keep motivating,
guys. Said we can do better.
Let's not take these wins for granted.
Exactly. Yeah, or Troll Joe will come after you. Coach James in the comments said Parks is paying for a couple of Matt's beers tonight. Man, I wish you could get a couple of beers in Chicago for $8.
Yep.
I mean, depending on
where you are,
depending on the location and the beverage,
because I can take it to a couple.
Just maybe you can get 2 beers for $8 plus a generous and worthy tip.
Yeah.
Now you're stretching it.
Hey, Matt.
Yeah.
We're gonna get this show to where it's big enough that when you walk into a bar, multiple people want to buy you a beer.
I heard that, Will.
I would love that.
I heard that, Will. So we're trying to get to Will Perdue level.
I was going to say, coming from the guy who probably for many years of his life walks into a bar and a restaurant and is just given the VIP. Rightfully so. Rightfully so.
Will walked in and was like, what are these numbers next to these beers right here? What's this for? What is that for, guys? I don't understand. He ain't paying for nothing. He's a champion, dang it.
If you got any connects that want to help me get to that level, Purdue, I will happily accept. But right now, I am a bigger fan of buying my fellow Bulls fans a beer. If they come up to me and say, hey, like, love the pod, love y'all show, then I'm like, I'm going to buy you a beer. That's nice. Because that's really cool.
I hope y'all heard that.
It's true.
Take advantage, kids.
It's true.
Take advantage.
Julie says,
I don't have kids. What am I spending money on?
Julie says she's going to buy us all beers if we're in Buenos Aires. So
let's go.
Yes. Hey.
Let's do an NBA Buenos Aires game.
Yes.
We'll go down.
I'm down.
I got no. I think, but Julie wants us to bring the Frenchman.
Yeah, Clem's coming too. Clem's coming too.
Clem and his lady are coming.
Yeah, y'all can sort that out.
Yeah, Clem and his lady are coming. All right, both of them.
Oh, yeah. Melbourne, too. It's on the list. On the list. That's going to do it for tonight. Y'all get some
How about
rest.
that, though? That's pretty cool.
What's that?
You can get beers in a lot of places for free, just not in Chicago.
Just not here.
Bulls Nation's international, Will.
Shout out.
International.
Shout out.
That's right. JR from GR saying, facts, Matt bought me a beer when we first met. Boom. Proof. And I loved doing it for you, buddy. Riding with us since way back in the day. Appreciate you, JR. All right. Get some rest. Hopefully the Bulls are getting some rest. Back at it tomorrow night. Second night of back-to-back. 5th game in 7 nights. Anyone else tired yet? Bulls Grizzlies. Ja, may not. We'll see.
May not.
Marcus Smart, same deal. May
man.
not. We'll see.
Guys on
Either
the
way,
team.
we will be here. Pregame 6:30 live Central Time. We will talk to you then. Until then, much love to all y'all out there in Bulls Nation. Shout out to Clem. Going to the night. See you, be good.
Victoire des Bulls.
Hey!
We all silly like the mayor.